What's up, everybody? NT Certified here, and this is the 2020 Game Room Tour. I've been doing YouTube for about 4 years now. I love it. I enjoy it. It's one of the greatest things in the world. Much appreciated to all you subscribers out there. I really do appreciate you. So this year's room feels the most authentic to me. Made some changes. You'll notice those in just a few, but I feel like this is the best game room that I've had yet. So onwards and upwards from here. So sit back, relax. Once again, thanks for watching and enjoy the new game room. If you guys know me, you know that we start with the amiibo. You know, I'm a huge amiibo collector. Not gonna spend a whole lot of time on them, but we're just gonna scroll through them really quickly just to take a look at how the amiibo have evolved and how they've changed. So moving down, we have my NT Certified wall sticker. I think that's really cool. I got that for Christmas 2 years ago, I believe. Moving over to my Atari things, Kasumi Ninja, Zool 2, Alien, Predator, Doom, Cybermorph, and Zoop. My PS2, I decided to just put it on top of my glass case. Figured it'd be nice to just have a system sitting out, and there's Scorpion up there. So in my case, I have all of my NES classics, NES, Super NES classics, just some random things, Nintendo themed, you know, hanging out. And then I have a couple of Wii U controllers. The Pokemon Tournament one is really cool. I always thought that was the Pro Pad was pretty cool. My Diablo Loot Goblin amiibo. Moving down, the Chibi Robo and the Woolly World amiibos and the Twilight Princess. And then we have some more specialized controllers. I try to grab as many of those as I can because I think these customized controllers are cool. Moving on to the next wall, of course we have some more amiibo. They are stretched along my entire game room. I really like those Splatoon amiibos. They really stand out in my opinion. A couple Fire Emblem ones there. Pikmin, of course, rounding out the wall. Moving down, you would see my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild diorama, as they call them, and then my Hot Wheels, Mario Brothers, Super Mario 2, Super Mario 3, Dr. Mario, Super Mario Kart, and my favorite, Super Mario World. And we go into my squeaky closet. You see my boatload of clothes, all my shirts, pants, and a couple of shoes. Storage space on the bottom of the closet, but the most important part is what's up top. All of my boxes for my systems, my Nintendo, my Switch, Breath of the Wild, my Jaguar, my Xbox, and my Switch Lite, of course. Banana is the best. Project Scorpio edition. You'll see my Sega Genesis and my Retron 5. Monopoly Gamers back there. My Persona 5. My Sega Saturn. And up top, you have my Windjammers from Limited Run Games. And we're on to the green wall with green amiibos. Tried to color coordinate a little bit. You know, the green that goes into the blue as we go towards the end, but I got so many that the color scheme kind of got out of control. So unless I sit there and personally rearrange them all based on color, I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna leave them as is. There you see the retro amiibos, Kirby, Shulk, and Mario towards the back. And then we're gonna come back, roll back a little bit. Here's this nice portrait of Legend of Zelda and Link. I thought that was really nice. That has like the metal backing. It's so cool. My Mortal Kombat 2 arcade 1-up that I received for Christmas this year. My favorite game, one of my favorite games ever, is Mortal Kombat 2. So it's amazing to have that. Moving over, just a little pillow. These are my pictures that I took from work when I switched jobs, my Luigi, Mario, and Bowser, and I got a bunch of compliments on those all the time at work. More controllers, this is my Nintendo wall. This is my Nintendo wall. All my cool Nintendo stuff. And these are like all my Switch games. I had a boatload of Switch games. Astral Chain being one of my favorites. Doom, of course, Dead Cells. to name a few, and Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That is a must-have for any Switch player. That is a great game. And of course I have Breath of the Wild. Everybody has Breath of the Wild. Moving down, Pokemon Sword and Shield stand out amongst these. Mortal Kombat 11, even though it doesn't play as well. Of course, the Mario games, Mario Odyssey, Mario Maker, Super Mario Party, Fire Emblem Warriors. In this list here, the Binding of Isaac's really good, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Splatoon 2, just great games. The Switch has some really, really good games if you're on the fence about it. A couple other items, there's my Link's Awakening, the Dreamer Edition that I picked up from GameStop. Super Hydora, which is a game from Limited Run Games. Then a little bit of space for expansion here. Got some GameCube games and some Game Boy Advance games, some Japanese Game Boy Advance games, which I think are really cool. And down the bottom, my 2K19 Woo Edition from Ric Flair, and my controller adapter for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Moving on, my favorite controllers, the GameCube controllers. I went ahead and purchased all three in every color. They're amazing. My Switch Online controller for the Super Nintendo, and also the NES. Great to have those wirelessly. More controllers. All of my Mario, the Zelda, these colorful controllers from Power A. They just make some really good products. Couple figures. And that's my Pokemon Mythical Collection for the anniversary a couple years ago. Made sure I got every last one of those. Maybe they'll be collectors one day. There's Toki Toki, Pokemon, Let's Go Eevee, the Retro Collector's Edition, another controller coming up, and in that brown box, that's my Towhead. That's where I keep all my change, in the Towhead. But in the brown box is another set of controllers for the SNES. I only opened one for display though. And then we got a couple books, some Zelda books, Nintendo books, a couple wrestling books in there, Super Nintendo, Capcom, Nintendo Power, WrestleCraft, Battleground Baltimore, which is all of the wrestling cards that were in Baltimore compiled into one book, which is amazing, by the way. There's my Build-A-Bear Yoshi, a couple of my Wii U games. You'll see some pretty cool ones there. Most of them are Mario though. Pokken Tournament's really good too. Paper Mario Color Splash, which I have yet to open and play. Maybe one day I'll do that. Moving down, we have some Nintendo 3DS games. The one that stands out from this is Persona Q. Pokemon Moon was good, but Persona Q, impeccable game. Super Castlevania 4, that's history. That's history right there. And we have my N64 titles. So many cartridges of N64 games. Diddy Kong Racing is one of my favorite games ever. That will never change. Road Rash, Rush, Spider-Man, Rogue Squadron, Perfect Dark, which is better than GoldenEye in my opinion. Hot Wheels, Hexen, and there's GoldenEye. The measuring stick for shooters. Shadow of the Empire, classic. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, of course my wrestling games, Legend of Zelda, Super R-Type for the Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat, the original, which I never had as a kid, Castlevania 4, and Doom. Couple NES games, Burai Fighter is a cool one, Wall Street Kid. Super Nintendo games continue, Super Mario World, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Just classic, nostalgic, great. And this is my favorite picture that I have on my wall. It's kind of like a history of all of the different Mario games through 2015, I believe, which is amazing. I got that for Christmas as well. And we can't forget my Atari arcade one-up with a boatload of different games on it. Always a conversation starter with some of the older gamers. A lot of these games were before my time, but it's a great thing to have, and now I have 2 arcade one-ups. We'll see if I get more. And those are my consoles. Decided to just display them, top to bottom. So Dreamcast, Saturn, my Wii U, my GameCube, my Nintendo 64. We have my Atari Jaguar, and my PlayStation. Onto the blue wall, onto more amiibo. Ryu, Charizard among my favorites there. The 30th anniversary Marios, of course, were really cool. The Metroid 2-pack, and there's Shovel Knight, who has toppled over. Whatever. Japanese box boy, and there are all of the Zelda amiibos, the 30th anniversary Zelda amiibos, the big old Guardian, of course. Great amiibos. Zelda, Link, always great amiibos. And there's what I use to create my magic. That is my Blue Yeti on top of my Panasonic 3DO, which looks like a piece of furniture. These are my big games: Musha, Troubleshooter, Warsong, and Castlevania Bloodlines. Great games, classic games, expensive games. And there's my Sega Mini on top as well. Those are like my pride and joy games. Those are the games that are highly sought after, and they cost a lot on the resale market. That is Onimusha Warlords, and those are a couple of amiibos. That is a huge collector's edition of Onimusha Warlords for the Nintendo Switch. Detective Pikachu amiibo, and my Pikachu plush that I got from Barnes & Noble a couple years ago. And at the bottom we have Starlink, which is actually a really good game, but I decided to display my pieces because they're like dirt cheap now. I don't expect that to hang around too much longer on store shelves. Get some light in here. Pop Toys, Ric Flair, woo! 2 Ric Flairs. Charlotte Flair, Roman, Bayley, Sasha, Ronda, Cena, Lynch, Paige, The Rock, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior. We have Randy Orton, we have Triple H, we have Batista, all surrounding my locker. And then I have my Batman and my Mario defending my locker. And in my locker's nothing really special, just a bunch of like controllers and other junk that I store in there. Nothing special. And these are my lights. I love my lights, and I can make them do whatever I want. All types of colors and all types of cool things. Right now, they're just kind of pulsating. Onto the brand new white wall, we continue the Legend of Zelda. Remember, this wall used to be red last year, painted it white so I could have the lights reflect off of it better. More Splatoon amiibos because they're just so awesome. There's Pichu and Pokemon Trainer, Incineroar. Just some really cool amiibo came out this year. King DDD, great. There's Snake, the Ice Climbers, there's Link from Link's Awakening, Shovel Knight, the Gold Shovel Knight, and I connected my amiibos. Now I have to start a brand new row. Now, Pokemon Sword and Shield extra that you pick up when you pick up the game from GameStop. More pictures, some Dreamcast games, classic games. D2 stands out from that list there. What stands out here? Marvel vs. Capcom 2 stands out from that list. Here, nothing special. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Tech Romancer, probably from there. And I have my SmackDown 2K20 Anniversary Edition. Here's some PS1 games. Driver stands out from here. 3 Extreme, amazing game. Even the Royal Rumble up there is a great game. Moving down to some more games, Metal Gear Solid, which I've never ever completed. I want to complete it though at some point when I get the time. The original Silent Hill stands out from here, and WWF SmackDown, of course. Mega Man X4, classic games. Siphon Filter, Tekken, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Oh, if I could go back to the 90s, I'd be set. I really would. And then we have Xenosaga, Blade Force, Blue Lightning from the Atari CD. One day I'll get an Atari CD. And then we have some Vita games. Persona 4 Golden stands out there, but most of these are from Limited Run. And then a couple of PS3 games. Nothing overly special there. The God of War collection is probably the best of that row. And then we have a lot of my wrestling games from from that era. Even more wrestling games, Silent Hill 3, Capcom vs. SNK 2, pretty cool. Couple extra things just kind of laying around there. Twisted the Game Show for 3DO is just so wild. Knuckles Chaotix for the 32X Sega, really cool. Some Sega Saturn games, Duke Nukem 3D, never can go wrong with a Duke Nukem game. Virtual On's a really nice game, and Virtual Cop. More Sega Saturn and Sega CD games. Sonic CD is the one that stands out here. It's a great game. More Sega CD games. Nothing overly special there. Power Rangers is pretty cool, and so is Batman and Robin. Those games are a lot of fun to play. I could play those any day. Then we're going to move over to the other setup. Got another picture on the wall, just for continuity purposes. Some PS4 games, Days Gone and Dying Light are my two favorite PS4 games over anything. And God of War 2. Those would be my top 3 games for the PS4 this era. For me, because I can put a lot of time into them. Man of Medan, I like that a lot. Also like Hidden Agenda. Those games where you have to make those decisions and they alter the story are really cool to me. Persona 5, Rainbow Six Siege, Resident Evil, Spider-Man, just great games. And there's a couple box sets, Rage 2 and Skyrim, which I've never played more than an hour of. I know, feel so bad about it. But all my wrestling games, Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Uncharted 4, PS4 are just great games. There's my Canon G7X. That's what I use to record my videos, or up until I got my new phone. Now I use my phone a lot. Yakuza 0, some Xbox One games. Doom stands out there. Scream Ride. So funny thing is, I streamed Scream Ride years ago, and there was like 500 people watching me, and I was like freaking out years ago. Never forget that. Some Xbox One games and some Xbox 360 games. Wolfenstein 2 stands out there. That is a great game. And then some more Xbox 360 games. Nothing overly special. Some Genesis stuff. X-Men. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Play it if you've never played it. All the Sonic games. Classics. Sunset Riders is another good one for the Sega Genesis if you ever have a chance to play that one. NBA Jam is cool. Road Rash is always. Mortal Kombat, the best fighter that they're ever gonna make. Lightning Force is a nice shmup or shoot 'em up, if that's what you want to call it. See what else we got here. We have Golden Axe and Galaxy Force. Those are two great games. Eternal Champions, an underrated fighting game in my opinion. Batman Forever, two really cool games. And that is my new gaming PC, the HP Omen with the RTX 2080, 2TB hard drive, 256 gig solid state, 6 gig memory, i7 8700 core, and this is my new desk setup. Really happy with this setup. Got my computer screen and my TV one under the other. Then I got my Philips Hue lights attached to the back of my computer screen. Editing some WWE right now for my series that I run on YouTube. My Mario coaster so I don't get anything on my desk. And that's my Razer Synosa keyboard, lighted keyboard, and there's the Death Otter mouse, and then those are what I use to listen to my streams and stuff through my videos. That's my Stream Deck, which I will be using soon when I get back on streams. It's a great tool to have. That's my Project Scorpio Edition Xbox One X with my Scorpio hard drive, my PS4 of course, the green camo from Call of Duty, and that's my Nintendo Switch, my controllers, all my controllers for my Xbox and my Switch and my PlayStation as well. And that's pretty much the game room, guys. I mean, that's everything on my new setup. really happy with it. The game room has so much more space, so much more room. I love it. I love it. I really do. It feels so much more like me than the previous game room tours have, and I'm really happy. So thanks for watching. Once again, this is NT Certified. I do appreciate you. Another year, another game room tour. 2020 is going to be a big year, and I'm ready to get the ball rolling. So thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys. Bye.